Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you very much for being with us here today. I have to say, I wish we weren't having to assemble. This is obviously the news out of Israel this week has been both devastating and heartbreaking for all of us. But it's critical that we come together to reinforce one another, to understand what's going on, the situation on the ground, and to speak about how the Associated can and is making a difference to the people in Israel across the full spectrum of society there. Our community is remarkably strong. We all know that, but we have seen it in the response to this crisis. It really has been touching in people's generosity with funds, with time, with sending messages of support, and in particular to our sister city of Ashkelon. When we set up the whole arrangement with the sister city, it was so that we could have these personal connections, and those personal connections have been cultivated over decades. And it's not just to be there when times are good, but to really be there when times are difficult. And for so many of us, we all have connections there. And I think because of those connections, our community has really rallied in ways that are quite remarkable. And from everything we hear, I hear it consistently that even though we're thousands of miles away and feel powerless, our reaching out and our showing love and our showing support and our raising dollars is incredibly meaningful to people in both material sense, but most importantly, in an emotional sense. And I hope that all of us can take some little degree of comfort about the Associated Network's ability to respond during this time of crisis.
Thank you, Yehuda. And what I wanted to basically echo is the long and storied relationship that the Baltimore Jewish community and the city of Baltimore has had with the state of Israel, and that connection and that support has never waned up to this very day. And I am proud to say that in very quick effort in motion, we've been able to mobilize our system, our network, and our partners in Israel to get real-time data, real-time needs, and to be able to respond based on the largesse of our community and I must say, our friends and our neighbors who have said, we need to stand with Israel and with the Associated Network and the Jewish community at this very difficult time. So today is an opportunity to let you know exactly what's going on and to give the Baltimore community a glimpse into how we collectively are acting. And like I said, we have incredible partners, whether in the Israeli government or in the US government or in our agency apparatus. And right now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Deputy Chief of Mission from the Israeli Embassy, Eliav Benjamin, who I must say has moved quite a bit of his schedule in order to be here with us today. There is quite a bit obviously going on at the embassy in Eliav. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being here and offer you and your family and your country and our friends and family prayers and good wishes. So Eliav.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Yehuda, Senator Ben Cardin, the Associated Jewish Community, and everybody online. We are at war now. We are literally at war, which we didn't start. And as we are talking and speaking now, we're dealing now also with infiltration so far by air in numerous places from the north. And this is not something that Israel chose, but it is something that Israel knows how to deal with and is dealing with it. And we will do everything in our power to make sure that we have no more threats coming forward from, first and foremost, from Hamas and from Gaza. And if it is imposed on us to deal with another front in the north, we will deal with that as well. And we know how to deal with it. The support that we are seeing from the Jewish community in Baltimore, from the Jewish communities around the country and around the world, and from the United States administration and from Congress across the board, regardless of where people come from or what their political affiliation is just outstanding in so many ways. And I can't even begin to express the gratitude in this regard. And this means so much, and it carries a very, very big weight when Israel looks over its shoulder and Israelis look over their shoulders and know that the United States has our back, as President Biden said just yesterday. And this relationship is also something which sends a very clear message to the foes in the region, whether it's Hamas or Hezbollah or Iran or anybody else who has any ill intentions to do what they have done and what they may want to do also in the future. Israel is at this time still traumatized by what we've gone through on this past Shabbat, on Simchat Torah in Israel, Shmini Atzeret here in the States, with the numbers that are mind-boggling, with the images, the stories, the atrocities that Hamas, which is acting in no different way than ISIS, maybe even worse with the numbers of people it massacred over the days. But this is also bringing people together. As it has brought Jewish communities and people together here in the United States, it has brought Israelis together. And the show of solidarity and unity in Israel is something that maybe Hamas didn't take into account when they launched this war. And we're seeing this everywhere in Israel, regardless of people's religion or background, or where they come from, and the political affiliation and so on. It's at times like this where people come together. We see this in a city like Ashkelon, which unfortunately has been suffering from Hamas launching missiles on it for quite a number of years. And my brother lives even south of Ashkelon and is suffering from it as well. And we're seeing this in other places around Gaza and around the country now. As we say, Ein li eretz acheret, I have no other country. This is true. It's incomprehensible to even understand and begin to understand how within the Jewish country we've had such a massacre of Jews, a pogrom of Jews in such a way. But this is what we did go through. But again, we are together and we are fighting, and people are coming back from the United States, whether it's Israelis or even just Americans who served in the IDF as volunteers, who are now lining up to come up as reservists in the IDF, coming to Israel, helping shoulder to shoulder with others. And the contributions that are coming from the community in Baltimore, as from other places, is something that reaches these soldiers, it reaches these families, it helps Israelis, and it warms our heart. So again, I would like to thank you for everything you've done now, but also to look ahead. The support now is great and it's amazing, but we need the support and this having our back also in a week from now, also in 3 weeks from now, when this war continues, because it is not something that will necessarily finish within the next few days. And images will come out from Gaza of what Israel is doing there to take care of Hamas and to make sure that Hamas never picks up its head again. And there will be talks about different types of narratives. It's important to keep our eyes and focused on Hamas and what the atrocities that they've held, and think about the Israeli families that have no families left in some cases, and those in captivity, including American citizens. And we will do everything possible to also have them released. So again, I would like to thank you very much for this and for your ongoing support. And unfortunately, yes, we have now another front to start dealing with up north. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chief Benjamin. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. As you know, the Associated with the Baltimore Jewish Council has been in frequent contact with the embassy since the news of the terror attacks, and we're grateful for your and the staff's hard work. And please send our best wishes and love and strength for you and everyone in the embassy and everyone in Israel. And thank you so much for joining us. I want to shift to introduce our next speaker, which is part of our ability as a community and as a country to support Israel during difficult times like this is based on the deep and historical relationship that the United States has had with the state of Israel. And we are extremely blessed in Baltimore to have the leadership of United States Senator Ben Cardin, someone who is not only a member of the Baltimore Jewish community who's represented us in various ways for the past 40 years, but is someone that I can attest personally is deeply, deeply involved at the national level in supporting Israel and fighting anti-Semitism and really being a leader in that fight. Senator Cardin was one of the first voices from the United States Congress as this came out, expressing outrage, setting the tone for others, speaking about the steps that the Congress will need to take in the coming days, weeks, and perhaps months as this unfolds. And so we're remarkably grateful for Senator Cardin's leadership. Senator Cardin recently assumed the role for the second time of the chair of the Senate's Foreign Relations Committee, and obviously that gives him a strong perch to be extremely familiar with everything going on there, but really to significantly impact the way in which the United States responds to what's going on here. And so we are honored to have Senator Cardin join us today. And Senator, I turn it to you.
Well, Yehuda, first of all, thank you for bringing us together. Mark, thank you for your extraordinary leadership for the Associated. Myrna and I are so proud to be part of the Baltimore Jewish community and the work done through the Associated. The work you do for Israel's security, for the safety and health of Jews anywhere in the world, it is a real mitzvah to be part of this community and the just incredible role that you all play, including during this current crisis. We're all in a state of shock. The horror, barbaric action that Hamas committed, sheer evil, executing civilians, children, older people. It's just unspeakable what they did. So yes, we're still in a state of shock, and we recognize that these horrors have to be answered. So let me just share with you what I am doing as the chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and as your senator, working with the Biden administration, working with my counterpart on the Republican side of the aisle, Senator Risch. The two of us have talked numerous times since the Hamas attack on Israel. And what we are doing as a follow-up to the briefings and conversations that we've had with Israelis, with our own security people, in both the Defense Department and our intelligence community and at State Department. So first and foremost, we will show total support for Israel, not just in our words, but our deeds. So we've already put in process resupplying Israel with interceptors so they can use it for Iron Dome, precision-guided missiles, munitions. All that has already started to be replenished in Israel from the United States. I've made it clear to the Biden administration that Senator Risch and I will act immediately if additional authorities are needed in regards to any of these arms availabilities. So we're ready to take whatever steps we need to make sure Israel gets what it needs to move forward. We expect that there will be a supplemental appropriation bill considered in the very near future. And I can tell you the funds needed will be provided by the United States Senate, and I will work to make sure that becomes a reality. I might also tell you that we are going to consider the first day we're back on Monday, a resolution in support of Israel that's been authored by myself and Senator Risch. It is bipartisan, and it makes it totally clear that we have Israel's back. So we will demonstrate by our actions our support for Israel. We are also working to shore up the global support for Israel. We recognize, as the Deputy Chief of Mission, Benjamin, pointed out, the narrative will try to be twisted by Hamas. We are working very closely with our strategic partners around the world to make sure that they know this is a clear choice between evil. And we need to make sure that Hamas is held fully accountable for the atrocities that they committed. We are also working to defer malign actors in the region from joining in the conflict. It's in Israel's interest to be able to concentrate on the Gaza and not to have a full scale uprising on the north. So we are working with our partners to discourage Hezbollah, Iran, Syria, the Palestinians on the West Bank, the Palestinian Authority, from taking advantage of what they see this current situation. That was made very clear by President Biden when he deployed a full military might of the United States in the Mediterranean. And I must tell you, we're having conversations with countries such as Turkey, UAE, the Saudis, Egypt, Qatar, the Palestinian Authority. And so far, those discussions have been very, very effective. So we are working very hard to discourage the escalation of other malign actors in that region. For the United States and Israel, the hostages are a very high priority. It is something that we think about every moment, how we can get these hostages back safely. I can tell you that we know that there are American hostages. We don't know the exact numbers. That numbers are currently being analyzed. But we do know that there's a significant number of hostages and that we have to work every day to get them back safely. So there has been close already alignment between the United States and Israel in sharing intelligence information and tactical information as to what are the opportunities to recover these hostages safely. So that will continue, and we will continue to make that, as I said, our highest priorities. We will, one of my responsibilities is to make sure Americans have effective services to deal with their needs. American safety is one of our highest priorities, as President Biden has said. We know there's a lot of Americans in Israel that are trying to get flights to return to the United States. We're working on that. It's a challenge. El Al is the only reliable service at this particular moment, and that is always a challenge during a war. So we hope that within the next day or two, there will be other alternatives available for Americans who need to want to get out of Israel and return to the United States. We're working on that. There are hotline numbers where you can talk to a person at the State Department. I'll go over them quickly, but they're available online. 1-833-890-9595. They've also set up a second number, 1-606-641-0131, for Americans who want to find out status on how they can get home, or Americans that we think might be missing, and we want to find out if there are what the current status of individuals we're concerned about. Another one of my priorities is to counter one of the objectives that Hamas did in this attack on Israel. They were trying to derail the normalization process of Israel with its neighbors. The most recent efforts have been made between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States. I've been engaged in those discussions, and I will be talking later today with the Saudi ambassador. I've already talked to Ambassador Herzog from Israel as to, since the tragedy started, about making sure we don't derail these discussions. I expect I will personally be visiting the region in order to make sure that those normalization talks continue. It could be a game changer in the region, and we don't want Hamas to win in trying to derail those types of discussions. And then lastly, let me point out, as the Deputy Chief of Mission did, we understand Israel's security needs. They're at a state of war. So they need to destroy Hamas. We know it's going to be a challenge. We know what Hamas does has no respect for life. They showed that in the southern part of Israel. So they have no concern for the Palestinians living in Gaza. We do have concerns, and there's discussions taking place how we can help those who want to escape Hamas in Gaza. And those discussions are taking place. But Israel's security needs, we need to destroy Hamas. And we have to understand that. And it's going to be some tough days ahead as this war is pursued. The last point I would mention, as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, this coming Wednesday, a week from today, we'll have a nominations hearing on Jack Lew to be the ambassador to Israel. I think he'll do an outstanding job as the United States ambassador. We have that on the fast track. Again, Senator Risch is working with us to expedite that process. It will be one of the fastest turnarounds of any ambassador. We're trying to get that done as quickly as possible. So with that, let me again thank our community for their unwavering support for Israel. It's a very, very heavy heart. We all know people who've been directly affected. We know people who've lost their lives. We know people who are missing today. It is just so difficult for us to process what has happened. But it's good to be part of a community that understands that.
Thank you so much, Senator Cardin. We are, as always, grateful for your friendship and allyship, especially during this very challenging time. We'll continue to stay in touch, and the Associated Network is proud to be your partner as you do your important work. Thank you for your service and your leadership.
Thank you, Yehuda.
I too want to thank Senator Cardin for his leadership and his friendship. It means quite a bit to have Ben Cardin in our community. So our next speaker comes from Ashkelon. And as you know, the city of Ashkelon is the partnership city of Baltimore and the Associated Network. One thing that was an objective for us was to make sure that our children and grandchildren understood Israel beyond the headlines in the United States, that there was connectivity, that there was a human bridge, if you will, between the people of Baltimore and the people of Israel, and in this case, the people of Ashkelon. Over a couple decades since we've had this partnership, it's been held up internationally as a model of how communities can partner in the diaspora and in Israel. And during that time, we've had the distinct pleasure of having Sigal Ariely as our coordinator. To give you an idea, hundreds, if not thousands of Baltimoreans have been over to Ashkelon. Our children, we even have marriages that have come out of this partnership. And the partnership has worked in that, if this is an indicator, children calling, teenagers calling me to make sure that their friends are okay and that Baltimore is doing the right thing and making sure that we're supporting the people of Ashkelon. We wanted to make people to have this emotional, spiritual, intellectual connection to the people and the land, and that's what we have. Of particular note, Sigal is right now, she's in Ashkelon. Last night I was texting with her and she was in a safe room as bombs continued to rain down on the city of Ashkelon. I think it needs to be said that Sigal and her family are no strangers to the result of terror. I have had, over the years, the privilege on your behalf to be able to support victims of terror in the name of the Associated Network. Obviously, the idea of people being impacted by terror is something that you have to take a pause to think about what that means. And I think all of us are doing that these days. In May of 2021, the family of Sigal was directly hit by a Hamas rocket. Her house destroyed, and never in my wildest dreams of making these visits with Sigal to victims of terror did I think I was now going to be having a visit with Sigal and her family. We are privileged to have you with us today, Sigal, and we wanted to get some insight from you of how the people of Ashkelon are coping with the situation, how you and your family, and what we can do collectively.
Thank you, Mark. Hello, everyone. I've been doing these calls and Zooms for a long time. And I have to say that this one is a very different one, because what started on Saturday in Ashkelon on the south border is something that the magnitude, we can't even express it. So 6:30 in the morning, as everybody knows, we woke up to rockets and sirens. And I think for 2 hours, Ashkelon was under rockets. We couldn't leave the shelter. We had to keep running back and forth. The message was, stay near your shelters. I now have a shelter room in my house after my house was hit and destroyed in 20.
Sigal, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are having a little trouble hearing you. Can you check your mic?
Hold on. Is this better? Okay. I'm sorry. So I just go back to the fact that after 2021, when my house got destroyed by a rocket, we had a shelter in the yard, and we had to run in the middle of the night and during the day outside of the house to find a safe place. After we renovated the house and went back, it took 1.5 years. We now have a safe room in the house. So it's a whole different experience. And now when there's a siren, we just run in the house and make sure that we stay there. My daughter just spent the night there since the operation started. The minute it started, it seems like another round of rockets. We're used to that. I've been living in Ashkelon for over 30 years. We've been going through many operations. We had rockets, we had violence. We're used to that. Only this time it was very different, because the horror that we discovered every hour, what's happening to friends and families and people that we know on Gaza border, added to the feeling of fear that everybody has. We all know people on Gaza kibbutzim. We all know people now that either kidnapped to Gaza, were killed, were wounded, or luckily were saved. But it touches everyone, not in Israel also, but specifically in Ashkelon, that is maybe 15, 20 minutes away from some of these places. The people in Ashkelon literally stay in shelters or near shelters since this thing started. And you need to understand that I have a shelter in my home. Some people do. Some buildings have shelters in the building, but in the southern part of Ashkelon, which is closest to Gaza, there are 40,000 people that live in houses without shelters. So if there's a siren, they need to run and find a safe place in 30 seconds. The reality is that most of these people are now staying in public shelters or building shelters and just don't leave them unless, we feel that there's a few hours of quiet, and then people will go back to the houses, grab some stuff, and go back to the shelters. So in these shelters, they literally live until now. This is day 5 of the war. They live there. What we do with the amazing support of Baltimore and the Jewish Agency, these people get food into the shelters. They get toys and games. The people that are on the volunteering security teams, the ones that are called to every scene where a rocket hits, they get vests and helmets supported by the Associated. Emergency electricity light. I personally experienced that, and people in Baltimore know it because I was texting them. The 2 nights ago at 9:00, the neighborhood became black. And we called the electric company and found out that it will be about 2 hours before the lights will be back. So no air condition, it's really hot. We're sitting in the porch, no light. Our phones are almost dead, no batteries. And you hear the boom that the IDF is attacking Gaza. You have no idea what's happening, and it feels horrible. So to think about people in 4 different lines of electricity that had no electricity all this time made me really understand what that need means. So electric mobile devices were distributed, and basically everything to make the life of the people that are in the shelters a little bit better. And on the personal note and level, we have so many people from Baltimore that are reaching out to people in Ashkelon. I'm on some of the WhatsApp group, and sometimes I just get messages from people that I know that keep telling me, we got a message, you have no idea, we got an email, we got a WhatsApp. ECYP teens who spent 1 weekend in Ashkelon this summer, and some from last summer, reached out their host families to make sure they're okay. We have kids from dealers, which of course communicate with each other. We have the Kesher program, which is adults, and they are constantly encouraging each other. We encourage Baltimore, and they encourage us. We get strength from hearing from everybody that we're not alone. And I have to tell you that to be alone facing something like that, a war on that scale, is something that nobody can do. And I really want to thank you in person on behalf of everybody in Ashkelon for all that you do in our city. And to be in Baltimore and keep thinking about Ashkelon and caring about us and calling and answering emails and checking what are the immediate needs. Mark was the first one to send me an email. What are the needs? What do you need in Ashkelon? And providing it. We don't take it for granted. We're so fortunate to have you as a brother supporting us. And personally, I've been part of people who were hit by rockets. And just to give you an idea of the numbers, yesterday, 25 houses in Ashkelon got direct hits from Gaza. Not all of them destroyed, not all of them are private homes, some of them are apartments. They will need time to fix them, and for now, they have no home. So 25 people, families like that on one day. You can imagine what the days look like. And just before I finish, last night, the fear and the terror was even worse because we heard on the news that there are 4 terrorists that flew with a drone, landed on the southern part of Ashkelon industrial area. And my daughter is sitting with me and she says, Mom, are these gunshots? We heard like a series of gunshots from the distance. And I told her, no, of course not. And then we look at the television and see that the police and the army are chasing 4 terrorists that are literally in Ashkelon. When they were killed and that terror ended, we heard that a scuba diver trying to come from Gaza, I guess on a boat and then swimming, was killed. So you have to understand that the level of stress and fear in Ashkelon, I can't even describe it. And I wish and hope that this will end soon. I know it's not going to end soon, but at least in time that we can really be back to our normal life and feel safe in our beautiful city and our beautiful country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sigal. It's so hard to hear about what you have to endure there, but please know that we love you and your family and our entire extended family, and sending a collective hug from those of us here in Baltimore. And thank you for joining us here today and for the work you do for us all in the partnership, which I'm sure will be as needed as ever in the coming days. So thank you. As we move forward, we wanted to take a few minutes to get some expert insights.
Sorry, there's a siren. I need to go. Bye.
Thank you. If it wasn't real enough before, it is now. As we move forward, we want to take a few minutes to get some expert insights from our longtime friend, David Makovsky. David is the Ziegler Distinguished Fellow at the Washington Institute and Director of the Koret Project on Arab-Israel Relations. We've been blessed to hear from David in various Inside Israel Forum events and are grateful for his view and expertise in what's happening. And so with that, David, welcome. Good to see you. And I turn it to you.
It's good to be with you. I hope you can see me okay. It's most extraordinary of times. I've been I'm glued to watching the news in Israel in Hebrew and following all these different channels. It's, the terror attack is just something we have not really processed in terms of its enormity. Based on the University of Maryland Global Terrorism Database, it's the 3rd largest terror attack in the world since 1970. Just to give you an idea, those of you know Israel's wars, like if we take the Second Intifada, the number is now over 1,200. There's more people killed on Saturday and ensuing days than in the entire over 4 years of the Intifada. If you took some of Israel's wars together, the 6-Day War, the Lebanon War, the First Intifada, I mean, it's greater than all of this together. I'm on Twitter, for those of you, every day I'm posting one of these contextual infographics. Anyone feel free. What's the big picture analytically with the United States? I think the president's speech yesterday, we stand with Israel, crystal clear. These are his words. And I think it's remarkable. The U.S. first planes that landed with first plane with ammunition. There's now an effort to recall some Iron Domes that Israel has lent to the U.S. military. There's a congressional initiative on that. But there's an aircraft carrier right off the coast of Israel, the Gerald Ford, and that's trying to signal Iran and Hezbollah, not to don't test us, don't try to exploit this for a second front. I was on CNN this morning, and it was clear to me. People ask me, David, why do you think Hamas did this? And look, we don't know. I mean, they've been dedicated to Israel's destruction for so many years that this is not new. But I do wonder if the timing is related to trying to torpedo an effort to really torpedo the Saudi initiative of the White House, which would be this mega deal, a U.S.-Saudi defense treaty and Saudi-Israel normalization. And clearly that's a threat to Hamas's view that they are about to be eclipsed by this very strong, pragmatic regional alliance. Iran that backs Hamas and Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a proxy of Iran, and Islamic Jihad is an extension of Iran. Do they see this? We've got to do such an atrocity that would elicit an Israeli response, and the pictures of that would torpedo any White House-led initiative. So we don't know, but just know that this is gripping the United States. Of course, the U.S. we don't suffer in the same way Israel does. Israel always says we want to defend ourselves by ourselves. We don't want America fighting our wars. It is interesting that the U.S. is evacuating personnel from the U.S. Embassy in Beirut in these last few minutes. And I'm grateful the other recent development in Israel that I think is a shot in the arm and look, I always knew Israel would unite during a crisis. I had no doubt about this. But now to see two former chiefs of staff, Benny Gantz and Gadi Eisenkot, two people I know and are well known in Washington, joining like an inner war cabinet, along with the Prime Minister Netanyahu, along with Defense Minister Gallant, and also Ron Dermer as an observer. I think this is also will be a strong sense of confidence here in Washington, that here you have two former chiefs of staff and Gallant, the former deputy chief of staff. These are people that are known quantities in Washington. And I think it just reinforces inside Israel, a signal inside Israel of coming together at a time of crisis, despite all the polarization, the great divisions of recent months. And part of the deal is that all of the judicial overhaul will be put aside as Israel grapples with this crisis. This is an ongoing crisis, and it's going to be tough days ahead if Israel goes on the ground or if Hezbollah goes to war for a second front. Tough days ahead. But I think the president has made clear that he stands with Israel, and that's a very important signal inside Israel and to the Middle East in general. I don't know what you have in terms of format, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Well, no questions.
Michelle, I don't know if the format has allowed for questions.
Okay.
Actually, Michelle just confirmed that. So,
Okay.
David, always thankful for your wise counsel and your insight. And we will be calling on you in the days and weeks ahead as we navigate this collectively. So thank you, David.
Well, we're grateful to you, and keep up your good work. And if I could be of help, you'll let me know. And looking social media, like I said, on Twitter at David Makovsky, or also the Washington Institute website. We're putting up stuff every day of analysis pieces. We have people kind of analyzing the Middle East from all different angles and inside Israel too, with some very well-known names. And so I would hope that we could be of help, and I wish you much success as you go forward.
Thank you very much, David.
Delighted to be with.
So now in speaking to community members and of what we can do collectively. And one is, as David mentioned, to be informed, to know what's going on so that you're able to act however you choose to act. One thing that I want to mention is that the Associated has an Israel at War fund. 100% of the proceeds go directly to service in Ashkelon and throughout Israel. As a matter of fact, based on an email that was sent yesterday by Sigal Ariely, we have already purchased mattresses for bomb shelters, generators for areas that need electricity because they've been knocked out. We have bulletproof vests for volunteers. So we're putting the money into action right away. So I would encourage you, whatever you feel comfortable in doing, money is needed, and we're transferring it on a daily basis, many times a day. The second thing is not only the giving of money, but the giving of emotional support. You know, we are people that display kindness and empathy. If you know Israelis, reach out to them. If you know of people here in our own community connected to Israel in many ways, a kind word and a hug will go an incredible long way. In terms of social media, post that you stand with Israel. The Jewish Community Center has at both locations bracelets that says Baltimore stands with Israel, and blue and white string that people can tie around their wrists or mailboxes. I've seen a few dozen flags, Israeli flags, in front of homes on my drive downtown this morning. So whatever you could do, there's a Facebook page for Baltimore and Ashkelon. Post there, people read it, it makes a difference, and keep the people of Israel and all those who value civility and humanity in your thoughts and prayers. We had a prayer service on Monday evening in the community, last night in the community, and continue to pray. And I think most importantly, act. This is one of those times that Baltimore has to step in and step up, and it's happening already. And I will conclude by just saying, Chazak, Chazak. We are here together, and we will be strong and unified in making sure that we're there for the people of Israel. Thank you very much for participating today.
I am Israel. I'm tradition and innovation. I'm a dream turned to reality. I'm a city and I'm a village. I'm a constant fight for peace. I'm a connection between people. I'm a mixture of cultures that combine.
I'm the exodus from Egypt and the destruction of the temple. I am the Maccabi victory and the revolution in Shushan. I am 2,000 years away from home. I'm the balance between Kodesh and Chol. Jerusalem and Tel Aviv only 1 hour apart, and yet light years away. I'm debate and division in every moment. I'm unity in a time of strife. I'm freedom and liberty. I am 75, but eternity has no age.
I cut in line and clap when the plane lands. I always right and everyone around me is wrong. I am a small nation that nestled between many enemies. I am trips with family and friends because Eretz Israel can only be explored by food. I am music of all kinds of sounds. I am delicious food of many varieties. I am youth that volunteer and learns. I am the people's army that defends the homeland. I am terrible at soccer but celebrate every goal. I am the notes that clog the Kotel's cracks.
I am the summer sun that shines all year round. I am the strange pivot from memorial to independence. I am hard work, labor, and sweat. I am a big celebration. I am trip around the world only to want to return home. I am barbecue for Yom HaAtzmaut. I am Bereshit on the moon. I am Chai 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 Munich.
I am agriculture, crops, and chalutzim. I'm innovative irrigation. I honk on the street without patience. I seek to be a mosaic of differences. I am the necessary balance between Jewish and democratic. I have no fear of tomorrow. I learn and grow from yesterday, and I live for today.
I look for the answers to the history of our people. I am Haganah, Etzel, and Lehi. I am left and right, all together. I do not run away because I have no other land. I am a pioneer, a moshavnik, a kibbutznik, a city person. I am Tel Aviv and I am the periphery. I am old and young, hand in hand. I am infinite beautiful spaces, even though the buildings of Tel Aviv are crowded. I am fast-paced in the traffic of the week and calm during Shabbat. I am belief brought about human effort. I am a dream of a home and Geula. I am the proof that united we stand. I am here to stay. And in spite of all of the difference and division, I have a place in every heart. Because I am Israel.
I am Israel.
I am Israel.
I am Israel, and Israel is mine.